Hi, I'm Faith.
And I'm Neysa. And this is
Go Ladies, a podcast about navigating life, love,
and so much more
from a 40-plus perspective.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, love Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I think about you.
I never know what song you're going to kick off with. Like, I really don't.
I like to keep you on your toes.
I see. Or on my ears.
That's it.
Song I'm listening.
I see what
I can't stand you. I go for funny. Damn it.
It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Welcome.
Hey, everybody. I'm following the rules. See, I pay attention.
I'm proud of you. You didn't cuss me.
I did not. We have made an executive decision regarding the intro. I'm not going to do the whole script anymore. I couldn't follow it no daggone way. So,
I'm a
did you?
I got bars. You can't hold me.
Cannot. And so we have now remixed to the no intro. Just hello.
You hear the intro. We've discussed this.
I know.
Hello.
I'm going with the flow. And you said I couldn't flow last week. I'm going with the flow.
How's it feel? Does it feel okay?
A little stifling. Can't breathe that good. It's all right.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
Flow it's okay. We'll get there.
I am.
It's half and half. I'm meeting you. You're meeting me.
Yes.
We're good.
Hey, everybody. It's me back. What are you doing?
I'm hype. I don't know why. Ain't my time.
Like some caffeine or something?
I didn't. No. Normally, like, I do sugar-free Red Bull, as you all have seen in my Motivation Mondays. I know for me, it is break in case of emergency. Emergency being I have to pay attention. I have to. And people who know me, like Neysa,
yes,
my attention span is really.
How is being on Red Bull making you pay attention though? You already hyper. I can see you on Red Bull just going.
No, I'm not.
Body roll.
Yeah. I don't go to sleep though.
Oh, okay.
Meetings are boring for me. So essentially I have to have it if I have to be in a meeting where I have to be attentive.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, thankfully it's not all the time every day, but if it's something I have to be like present for, I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What's new in your world?
Girl, this 2023 reveal has been kicking my butt.
You've been doing an amazing job.
It's been kicking my butt.
Yes.
I think I'm a production assistant at this point. I'm added to my resume.
Shout out to the PAs.
Yes. No, but seriously, I talked about this, I think last week on one of our reels that, the dream is free, the execution is not. Yes. And so it's been a labor of love, but there's Sunday, it was Sunday. Mm-hmm. We were really ready to go. We're gonna do our first kind of big practice on the new set. And I cannot get the things to work together. I have all the pieces, but they just would not talk to each other.
Right.
We called a friend. We called an audible. We called on Jesus.
Yes. Because you were about to go crazy. And I'm like, okay, let's hop in the car and just go. I was like, whoa.
I know.
Let's call some people first.
I've been put out the studio multiple times this week.
Good.
My kid will come through and she's like, Mom, you've been sitting in here for a couple hours. Yeah, come on out. And she gives me the moms with the flip out crazy soft voice. Hey, Mom, how's it doing? I mean, how about you take a break? Just, relax and,
some water.
Yeah, like a TikTok lady.
Yes.
Hey, you've been scrolling for long enough. That's my daughter. And so she's really just kind of policing that, which is good. But luckily, I had a good friend who gave us some advice on Tuesday, and it worked. And I'm happy. And so the last two technical things are now working.
Amen.
And then we have one more piece of aesthetic to hang in the room.
That was a good aesthetic. Mhm.
Yes, a little teaser.
Yeah.
If you head to our Instagram, you could actually see it.
Boom.
I
Go
did a
ladies.
reel of it today. So yeah, you can see it. Little something for the people. But yeah.
Cancel.
So I'm excited. I'm sick of Best Buy. Shout out to Best Buy. You can sponsor this podcast at this point because I've been there 1,012 times. I've been to Target 1,012 times. Where else? I've been to Guitar Center
Yeah.
1,012 times.
Home Depot.
Hmm?
Home
Home
Depot.
Depot. Home Depot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I've been a lot of places. And of course, I'm on Amazon every day. Like, what about this? So
Yes.
um
It's gonna be great.
it is. It really is. Like sometimes you look at something like, okay, this is really coming together. And I'm really proud of it at this point.
I'm happy because I've been proud, and I'm glad you're finally feeling some relief.
Finally.
So, yes, we're excited to bring it to you all. It's gonna be great.
Yes. So, gosh, January's around the corner too. So, y'all gonna see it all come January.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing every morning. Like roll out the bed, brush the teeth, go to the studio. It's ridiculous.
You gotta be an artist. You went to the studio. You was in the
Girl, I'm in the studio
booth.
putting down bars.
Yes, that's
So,
good.
yeah, I'm happy. What you been up to?
Not the usual work. I really do. I don't know if it's because I'm older, but this is the first time in a long time I really felt the whole like, can I be done after Thanksgiving? Like the return to work
Yeah.
is really, it's affecting me. I'm gonna be transparent. I'm like, I don't, and I love what I do, but I'm just like, I don't want to do this right now. It's like a right now. Like, I don't want to do this right now.
Right.
Like I want it's Christmas. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't normally get it at Christmas. I get it in the summer. I'm a sunshine kid.
You are.
So I'm like making on some break.
What?
Went out of school.
Those jobs. We don't have those jobs.
But that's when I get that wanderlust. Like, why are we inside when the sun is shining? Like, shouldn't we just be like naked on the beach somewhere? Like, what are we doing? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's really, I'm like, we should be naked on the beach somewhere. Like, let's leave this meeting. Let's go. But
yes.
I'm gonna make that happen this summer though. I'm gonna be naked on the beach.
Come on, naked on the beach.
I am.
I want that for you.
I'm gonna have it. So
You claiming it.
I am. I'm gonna be naked on the beach. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be happy.
What?
So I'm gonna be happy.
All I really want is to be happy.
Is that what we all want?
Huh?
That's what we all want.
True.
And it's sad that is eluding people. It eludes all of us from time to time.
Sure.
But
yeah, absolutely. It's tough for a lot of people around this time, especially. So
yeah, it's just tough. Depression is real.
Yes. Yeah. Which leads us to,
of course,
our hot topic, I guess. So Stephen Boss is his name, but he went by Twitch. He I knew him from So You Think You Can Dance, but he really took off when he was on Ellen. Started out as like her guest DJ. Even though I don't think he actually played music, because when the show first started, she had an actual DJ. But anyways, guest DJ, and then at some point he was like he would fill in for her as a host. And then he ended up becoming like co-executive producer of the show. But amazing dancer. And he someone put it this way. I know a lot of he committed suicide. There's a psychiatrist I follow that was like, he decided he no longer wanted to be present here in this room. But 40 years old, leaves behind 3 children and a wife. And seeing it, then all the, well, why he seems so happy, or I met him, you just never know, check on your strong friend, like all the messaging comes out. And I really do believe people mean well, right? This isn't the first suicide we've talked about somebody
Right.
who's high profile. I've shared my personal story with it. Yeah, but I don't know. And I know I've said it before. There's just certain deaths in general that just hit different for different people. And I know when I saw it, I was like, what? I mean, that really was my initial first response.
Yeah.
Was like, what? But as a performer, and essentially that's what he was.
Right.
You have to be on. You have to be on. He's on. And I can't diagnose him. I don't know. None of us know what he was going through
At all.
But all we knew is what we saw on TV, and that's smiling and dance. Like, the man could dance, So yeah, I don't know.
That's the difference. Like, people assume that the signs, and that that they're walking around with their head down and wearing all black, listening to emo music. Yeah. Some do, some don't. Like there's no one size fits all approach to it. And I think this makes it so hard for people to understand, because you try to make sense of it, right? Anytime somebody dies, your first question is how. Mm-hmm. Part of that's selfish, because you want to know, is it something that I could die of too? Mm-hmm. Or is it, that's just human nature, right? And then the other part of it is, you want to see something you can avoid. That's another thing too. And like you said, people just have all these, check on your strong friends, or if you need somebody to talk to, reach out to me, and all those. And I'm like, how about we check on people? Mm-hmm. Heck, I got checked today. One of my law sisters called me, and she was like, I've called you twice and you haven't called me back. And I'm like, my bad, girl. Because like literally it's my mind. She had called me once my grandma passed, and of course things are going on, but still I should have called her back, and it's so easy to get caught up in just the everyday that you forget, about, let me just pause and check on, and like people, let's like be human for a minute. Because I mean, we're always doing something, and
for sure,
you gotta just sit still and be like, no. Yeah. Check on my people. It's even harder for me now that I'm not driving a whole lot. Mm-hmm. When I used to drive back and forth to work, I would talk in the car. Yeah. That was my time away from my children. You had my undivided attention. I could talk to you and, talk, about whatever, before the chaos of coming home, or, the chaos of work. Yeah. Now that I don't, commute, I realize that I don't talk to people nearly as much. I go straight from work to a remote in my hand. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm immersed in Yellowstone. I don't want to stop Yellowstone. I want to see what Beth's going to do next, So, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. But you got to check on your people.
In general, I agree. I think, I don't know if you saw Kirk Franklin's video about what happened, but he basically was saying, like, get on people's nerves. For him, he was like, get on my nerves. To your point with your line sister, I've called you twice. Like, sometimes that's what it takes. Yeah. I'd rather you be mad at me than me not check on you at all. So I can handle it. You know what I mean?
You're really good about checking on people.
Well, thank you.
You really are.
Church ministry.
It is. You're good hospitality ministry. You check on folks. But you will. You be like, welfare check. Heck, even today, you always ask me, how are you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how are you really?
Yeah.
I'd be lying.
And through text, it's easy to hide. But when you talk to somebody, whether it be on the phone or like we're doing now, like I can hear in your voice. You know what I mean? I have friends, I'm like, I don't believe you. How are you? And especially as Black, like there's a layer. It's not just a hey girl, how you doing? No, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm very intentional to ask that. I like to be a safe space. I feel like I've been blessed to be a safe space for people. So, you know, if you want to talk about it, great, but not acknowledging it doesn't do anything. You be like, you know, I'm okay if you're like, you know, I'm dealing with something, but I don't want to talk about it. Cool. I'm praying for you. I'm here. If you want to talk about it. You know?
That's true.
I do. I check on people.
You do. How are you really? You know?
Yeah. And y'all check on me. I have a handful that check on me. I don't need a lot, but I do.
Yeah.
You're one. There's one other I can think of that's really like won't let me just check on them. Like, no, Faith, how are you? And I'm like, I'm all right.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Just
We
check
love
on-
each other.
We do. So, you
Mhm.
know, prayers really his family, kids, young kids.
Girl, yes.
Young kids too. But yeah, that's tough. Check on your people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is going on in the world?
Speaking of just checking on people,
Oh yeah.
who are still with us. One in particular, this is you, Neysa, but I agree with you, is Meg the Stallion.
Yes. So Meg is obviously was the victim of a shooting, and she, as a victim of a shooting, it's actually the state versus Tory Lanez. It's not actually Meg versus him, but he is on trial, and she of course testified. And there's a quote, and I'm gonna misquote it, I'm gonna paraphrase it just for this purposes, but she mentioned on the stands like if she had known everything she's got to go through because of it, she wished she would have just killed her instead.
Mm.
And whether, whatever, however you think this case should be decided, are your thoughts on what happened. I just think that it's ridiculous that we continue to vilify Black women. Like, Meg is the victim here. Like, nobody else was shot. Meg was shot. She has bullet fragments in her feet. She has dealt with the backlash of all of it since day one. The whole, why did you lie? Why are you trying to cover up for him? Did he really shoot you? Did your best friend or former best friend shoot you? It's like a whole lot of stuff. And like, none of us are riding the car. So I don't profess to know what was going on. But I also think, why is it that we are giving Tory the benefit of a doubt and not giving Meg the benefit of a doubt? Then I realized, oh, she's a Black woman. They never listen to what we say. Like,
Yeah.
it's the reason Black women don't report rape. It's the reason we don't report sexual assault. It's the reason that we just say, F it, turn of the cheek, I can just push through and not worry about it. Because who listens to us? Like, who listens to us other than us? And even for this instance, for the Meg situation, there are a lot of women who are just like, no, he didn't do that. Like, do you know this little pocket fool? Like, he a pocket munchie, he's a Smurf. Like, why are we riding for the Smurfs? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's just, I don't know, it's very much so depressing and just, especially with this girl she's a woman, not a girl. She's a woman. She's a business mogul. She is making power moves. She's also very much so untethered. And that's the word I'm gonna use. Her parents are gone, She is really out here untethered. Of course, she has friends and family that of course support her. But when if I got shot, I'll call my mama. I'm calling my mama.
Exactly. No, for sure.
Quick, fast, in a hurry. I'm calling my mama.
Who's to say that she has that? Like, who is that person?
Right.
But
Right.
losing your mama, and she was close to her mother.
Of course.
Yeah.
And just being so high profile, but just, I just,
Young. She's young.
she is.
I have to point that because people, despite, people always want to make it, she's hypersexualized. People want to do, she's young. She's not even 30.
No.
Like,
She just graduated.
right. So I'm like, come on. Wow.
Right. But
What?
like give her the benefit of the doubt. Like I don't understand why. I mean, you could be a fan. There are people who are fans of the Alphabet dude from Chicago and they love his music.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a pedophile. Two things can be true. He can make fire music and be a pedophile. Now, I choose not to support him because he's a misogynist and pedophile, and they should support those people. But in those situations, so I've made that choice. But people act like, oh well, I like his music, or I'm a fan of his music. Tori, I can't side with him. No, you can be a fan of his music and still believe Meg. Like, there's not a line in the sand. This isn't the Hatfield and the McCoys or the Montagues and the Capulets. This is just, you can. I know I'm a nerd. Shut up, Faith.
No, I love it though. I'm right. No, I know. Yeah, she's the victim. Period. Like for me, there's nothing else. She was shot. She did nothing wrong. She was shot.
Yeah. So
she
like
did what she thought was best in the moment. You've heard her explain it.
Countless times.
Yeah.
So
Black women, y'all want us to save the day all the time and whatever, then you don't believe us or ride with us. And like you said, we, for the most part, ride with each other. Black women, for the most part, love Black women. We will hype you up. We are your sister circle.
I know there are tons of great men out there. In my life, I personally know some great men out there who do ride for women, who are very much so feminist or womanist, whatever term you want to use. They are very supportive of women and value them. But are also very loud voices about people who are anti-woman. And there's this whole discourse about, the breakdown of the Black family and, all these things. And it's always really laid at our feet. And I'm like, but why? Like, where did this rupture come from, and how can we fix it? And of course, we got hoteps who say slavery, we got some who say integration, we got some that say the feminist movement, which is what caused it, all the different things. And my question always lies in this: how can you not love the thing that brought you life?
Yeah.
You might have a fractured relationship with your mother.
Mm-hmm.
But you should always love your mother. Sometimes you gotta love from afar.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta love beyond hurt and put those boundaries up. But I just wonder, like, how can you have this fractured relationship with the people who bring forth life? I don't understand it. Like, I just don't get it. Something we're not meant to understand. I just meant to ask the questions and try to figure out and create safe spaces for the dialogue. But absolutely. I just hope that we do a better job about believing women and not just our daughters, not just our personal sisters and friends.
Yeah.
But can we not support and believe even the woman you don't like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's that.
Yes.
So, it's a deep show today. I want to do a deep show.
Yes. Yes, because we get deep.
We do.
And, let some of the other platforms talk about what they talk about. We talk about what we talk about. And I like
other stuff out there.
Yeah.
There's tons of trash out there that we can talk about today. I just don't feel like I don't want to talk about Diddy and Carisha. I don't want to talk about Derek Jackson. We're good. Yeah.
That's what I like.
But I do need to talk about this Christmas present that I ain't bought yet.
You was gonna talk about that now?
Yeah. And yeah, I'm talking about that. I'm gonna talk about that because it's Christmas is around the corner.
This
The economy is the economy. And somebody ain't getting no presents. I hate grocery shopping,
yeah.
but when I went to the store and that's how much eggs were, I was like, what's going on?
The economy, it's a mess.
What's going
The Fed has raised the interest rate yet again.
I ain't gonna get these presents. I'm telling you right now. I ain't got it.
I'm not an economist by any means, but I mean, you all know you probably had sticker shock. Grateful that we're able to still be able to provide and pay bills and do all that because a lot of people really can't and they're really struggling outside of Christmas. Like they ain't even thinking about
Right.
the present. They like this bill. Merry Christmas. Like
look at these lights.
Exactly.
I've been there, done that, and we'll be there tomorrow. Look at these lights. I paid your cell bill. Merry Christmas.
And I don't think you've done such a good job. I don't think they're expecting. You know what I mean?
My kids?
Are they expecting like
so
razzle dazzle or they're?
So let me say this.
Yeah.
My children, who are adult children, are also spoiled children.
True.
So if I were staying in Nashville and doing a regular Christmas,
yes, they
would expect something to be under the tree.
Okay.
Now, they ain't gonna ask for, they really care about checks more than anything else, but you know. But for the past couple years, we've been doing trips. And so here's your plane ticket. Merry Christmas. You know, and or whatever the thing that we're doing, a hotel room. Merry Christmas. And leaving it at that. I started that. Let me think. They were in middle school. It was 2015. I know that much it was. I know exactly what year it was. It's 2015. And we went to LA for Christmas. And I told them then, and they were little, like not little, but like middle school, high school, and the boys were super young. They were like 5. And so I told them flat out, there will be nothing under this tree from us. We are going to California. We're going to fly to California with 6 people. There's a rental car we have to get for 6 people. And there are Disney tickets for 6 people. Right. And you're going to want to eat while you're in LA. Yeah. So for 6 people every day, multiple meals. Yes. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Yeah. And sure. I held to that and did not buy anything. Now, I also know that my in-laws and my mama, they're going to buy them something, you know. They're not going to go without any presents, you know. But if I buy these plane tickets, then, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Very good. So. I like that. But no, beyond that, so, okay. Yeah. I love your mom. I love your parents. You know that. Thanks. And you've met my parents. Yes. So my mom constantly tries to get me to move back home. All the time. Yeah. All the time. You know, every time I leave Kentucky, she's like, you know, you can stay, right? I do the same thing to my daughter when she leaves. I'm like, you know, you just move back here and work from home right here in this room, you know, but obviously she doesn't. But in this economy, more and more people are doing that. Yes. More and more young people are doing that. They're moving back home, tying that into just everything. The cost of living is just too much for a lot of people. Yeah. I'm considered an OG millennial. You are. But yeah, they're having to move back home. A lot of them, you know, they don't really have a choice. And that just kind of talks to, we were talking about multi-generational households. Yes. And how I feel like for Americans, it's like
frowned upon. It's like, get out, don't come back home, you know, and not really preparing you. Some parents do, but not all, you know. You don't know what's really out there.
Of
Then
course.
you have other cultures, they live together, great grandma, grandma and them, you, the kids, you know, like they live together until sometimes it's you get married or whatever the case may be, but it's not taboo. Like, oh, you live at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, truly. I mean, I knew a lot of friends in college that, you know, the minute they were 18, it was like, all right, you're off all the bills and, you know, here's your own car insurance, here's your own cell, go be an adult now. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I didn't have that experience. Like, I did
Right.
not. I wanted to be grown, dumbest decision of my life,
What you
but I
said?
wanted to be grown.
I know. I
And
know.
mainly because I didn't want to follow the rules, right?
Keep it real.
I
Yes.
mean, at
Yeah.
home, I got a curfew. Living by myself, I don't.
Come home
At
when you want.
home, I sleep by myself. Living by myself, I don't. Just to be real, you know?
So
So
yes.
hence why my
Take
daughter was
that.
born 2 years after I graduated. But, you know, 'cause I wasn't sleeping by
Yes.
myself. So, you know, so yeah, there were certain things that, you know, adult isms that you want to do
Right.
that, you know,
Yeah.
you don't have the opportunity to do when you're living at your parents' house.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like that just tossing kids out. I don't like that in the foster care system that at 18, you're like, okay, bye. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense to me. If I think we just have to figure out what is the age of an adult in America.
Right.
At 18, I can vote, I can
Yeah.
get cigarettes,
Mhm.
I can go to war and kill for you, I can go to jail as an adult, but I still can't buy liquor. So
Right.
am I 18 or 21? Which one is the adult age, you know?
Yeah.
And now at 26, I get kicked off my parents' insurance.
Oh, yes.
So then is 26 the new adult?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's like we have these different tiers, and I'm like, we need to figure out what is the age of an adult. And I know everybody comes to adulthood at different times along that journey, but like, what is that magic number that we're going to adhere to and then support? But no, I am blessed in the fact that I can always go home. Like right now, if something happens, I could go to my mama's house and be like, I'm back, and hear my kids, we back. And mom be
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm gonna stick beside it. We here, you know. And
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Same. Same. Yeah. If I had to, it's like, okay, we understand.
one of the
Yeah.
greatest compliments that my daughter gave me, has ever given me,
Mhm.
is when she said, thank you that she can come home. And
Yeah.
I was like, you can always come home. I didn't think anything of it at the time. And she was like, no. This is the height of the pandemic when schools were shutting down and people were going back. And she was like, I have so many friends who home isn't a safe space for them.
Mhm.
Or it's, you know, they don't get along with their people.
Yeah.
Or there's sexual assault trauma there and all these different things. And she's like, I can just come home. She's like, you gonna get on my nerves. I'm like, I am. Mm-hmm. But we'll talk about it and move on. I'm like, we will, you know, and that's just how it is, you know. So I am appreciative of that. And I am happy that she recognized that I've tried to set that space for her.
Yes.
Like, you can always come home whenever you want to, and we'll make it work. Especially when her rent is higher than my mortgage.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Like her rent for her 1 bedroom, 1 bath is higher than my mortgage for my home, which is not 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
Crazy. But I believe it.
Yeah.
It's the economy. And then depending on the city you're in and all of that, it's just like, stay at home if you can.
Mhm. Are
Make
you
that.
changing anything
Hmm?
are you doing anything different budget wise? Like, are we just complaining about doing things differently?
I will say I could stand to do better. I almost kind of want to leave it there. Something I've had to explain to people, it is obviously it's difficult when you're lacking or when you don't have. So, you hear people say, you need to save this X amount of money. People don't have that, then what? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I can stand to do better, especially based on where I work. But and I have resources available to me. Now, am I a frivolous, just out here spender? No, I don't think I am. You all may look at social media like, Faith always outside.
She is.
You don't know how I got to be outside. You know what I mean? Like people say, you don't know my story.
True.
So,
she on the VIP list. She know the doorman. She got a red velvet rope service. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
Well, yeah, I could definitely stand to do better, but I have my struggles. I definitely have my struggles. I've, had times where I definitely was lacking. There are times I've had to take a pay cut, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss that money." I just you do what you got to do to make it work.
No, for me, I think. Look, I've been spending money like water recently on the studio. But I'm the queen of the return too. Like, it didn't work. It's gotta go right on back. I got a bag down there right now. Gotta go to the store tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I was really debating. I get HelloFresh meals. It was my way of making sure that I ate a meal at the height of the pandemic. Because I wasn't fixing a whole meal. I was eating popcorn and wine. So now I'm trying to do better about eating a real meal. And I was like, I'm kind of tired of HelloFresh. I'm gonna let it go. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm paying $60 for 3 meals, and each meal covers 2 servings. So that's 6 days, $60, right? I'm like, that's cheaper than the grocery store right now. So I'm gonna keep it going. I did make the decision, I go to Aldi's again as my first choice. I have gone to Aldi's a long time. I used to go right after church, obviously come back to church, go right to Aldi's. Now I go to the one closer to my house, but I was like, this grocery bill a little high. Let me go on over to Aldi's and try to bring this back down some. You can get most things there. There's some things you gotta go run to Kroger or Publix for, but that's one thing that I'm definitely doing. Of course, I'm saving on not driving everywhere because we're home so much. There's just certain things like that, but I too could stand to tighten my belt even more and just to be like, okay, let me set some extra aside for some rainy days. But yeah, that's just a few things that I'm doing primarily around that. And turn lights off. I ain't gonna say I'm afraid of the dark. But I don't really like it that much. So
you still have hella lights on at your house. I noticed that. I'm like, I didn't know that. Come on. Light bulb moment. Haha, no pun. Really? I didn't know that. Because you have hella lights on. I be thinking
I sleep with my light on. You didn't know that?
No. Because when we've gone out of town together or shared a room, it be dark in there. Or wait, is the bathroom light on?
Bathroom light's on. Yeah. Yep. Yep. My bathroom light's always on. Always on. Mainly I gotta pee in the middle of the night, so I gotta be able to see. And I don't see that well anyway. Am I lying? I gotta pee. You don't gotta pee.
I do too, but I can't sleep with lights on. Like, I am a dark, cold.
That's Maya. Maya's like, you turn off the light. I'm like, your door's closed, you have an eye mask going, and you're under a blanket. Like, I can feel the light on me. No, you cannot.
Oh my gosh.
No, you can't feel the lights. But no. And I'm the exact opposite. I will have the lights on. But I can sleep anywhere. So you know that.
Yes, you can. You can. That's good.
Yeah. So I do turn more lights off during the day and don't just leave them running all the time. I'm like, ching, ching.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I I take note of just like even the thermostat, like stuff like that. Like people make fun of me for wearing hoodies, but I wear hoodies, but partially because when I am working from home, it's cool and I'm okay with it. I just throw a hoodie on. I'm not running up my bill. So yes, there are definitely things, but I'm not going front. I would love to make more, but being transparent, one of my prayers, and it's something I'm moving into, is asking God to make me a better steward of the money He blesses me. Whatever that looks like. Because it's so easy to be like, Lord, if you just give me this. Clearly, I've had it before and I've mismanaged it. Just being honest.
Of course.
I would like to be a better steward of my finances.
Same here.
A New Year's resolution, that's a life resolution. Like just whatever that looks like, I just want to be a better steward of it.
Yeah. No, definitely that. Definitely that. I mean, I know people who make a little bit and take amazing trips, because they make sandwiches for their lunch and save their lunch money.
Yeah.
I know people who make a whole lot of money and are always, robbing Peter to pay Paul. So, it's going to figure out that balance. I think that most of adulthood is trying to find the balance between YOLO and saving for the
because we're gonna be up out of here. None of us make it out alive. So
nope.
Like you said, you like, but I want to do stuff, but I really got it. But
you got a plan for growing old, but you might not get there.
Might not get old.
And so you're like, I don't want to be at the gate being like, I should have bought that Janet Jackson ticket, huh? I saved for retirement, didn't see Beyonce.
This is adulting.
It is. It's that trying to find that, it's like a seesaw. You're trying to balance like this between YOLO and,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I get it. That's adulting. Welcome.
In a nutshell.
I love it. You buttoned it up real nice. That was good.
It's crazy. So if anybody under the age of 40 is listening, don't rush to grow up. Like, relish the moment. And parents of adults, I'm not going to tell you how to run your household. I am going to say, talk to your adult children or 18 college-age children and see if you've got a happy compromise about, what that looks like having multiple adults in the household. Because, you might be able to find some areas of compromise, I mean, there are certain old school things that I still adhere to. Like, the only person that has sex in my house is me. That's one of my, rules. But what you say?
Unless you're not there. What? Then it didn't happen, huh?
That's one of my rules. But I don't also with adult kids, which is kind of funny. But I don't tell me you're not coming home.
Right. Yes.
So I don't, look for you. Just, that little stuff like that. Hey, I ain't gonna be home till super late. I'm out. Okay, cool. Be good, be safe, don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
got you.
So
do your best, y'all. That's all I can say. Whatever that looks like for you.
It is.
Don't be in such a rush to put your kid out. Kids, like Neysa said, don't be in such a rush to leave, unless obviously your situation is weird.
Unsafe and weird, yeah. What you gotta do.
Yeah.
Okay. So look.
Okay.
It's December.
Yeah.
It's like the middle of December.
It is.
What? 16 days left?
I'm not counting. I'm one day at a time. Praise God. I'm for real. I need that kind of pressure.
But I'm leading up to.
Oh, lead, honey. Lead.
We only have this episode and next week's episode before we're done with season 2.
So just chill to the next episode.
So what do you have like going on over this next week? It's holiday season time.
Well, we have something going on.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm holiday seasoned up this weekend. I ain't got no space.
Yeah,
on the
Neysa is
calendar.
in the streets. It's not just me. Neysa and I will both be in the streets this weekend. One party will be at together.
Correct.
We will be bringing you content. I've already lined up someone to take our photo. Neysa's not going to like the photo, but she might actually. We're going to get at least one good one for y'all to see. See, she's already. Okay, so
I didn't say anything.
already thinking that it's going to be a wonderful photo.
It's going to be wonderful.
You all to see.
Amazing.
Yeah, but that's what I was going on. I was already outside for a little holiday thing.
You have been holiday partying.
Yeah, well, this is it for me.
This is it.
This weekend.
I have 3. I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Boom.
Hey,
can we get some content? We're recording this. Don't edit it out. Content. You can put it all together.
I've been doing content.
I didn't say you weren't. But you could put the 3 together for like a weekend wrap up.
Do y'all want me to do that?
Yes, they do.
I can't hear them.
We want easy. Easy.
I will try to put together some content of my weekend.
I got you Saturday.
I am, you know me, you know how I am. Y'all, when I'm outside, I am really present outside. Like people, will have their phones up a whole concert. My phone ain't coming up my purse. I'm at the concert like this, you know?
You cha-cha?
Yeah, it's a little something, But so I have to do better about that.
And you are.
Yes.
You are. Let's speak that. You are doing much better. Yes.
I'm making reels.
I've now been tasked with reels. I gotta eat this. Shotty got gifts, and I really need to monetize my gifts. I'm just gonna speak that. I know this obviously is one of them, but yeah, people they're like, "Hey, you making the reel?" But I really like making reels, so I
come on with it. Show them
reels. So.
Can I just drop back to you my videos? Then you put them together. There we go. There we go.
We'll discuss offline. But yeah, I got you.
But I'm gonna take some photos. I have some, I have no idea what I'm wearing this weekend. So I'm gonna pull it together at some point in time and go from there. But I'm going outside. I'm happy to see my friends and hang out with them. Tons of folk coming in town. So I'm excited about that. It's gonna be a good time.
Very good. That's what we have on the horizon. And yeah, we got a new look coming. So
I'm so excited. All the snippets of the new look have been slowly dropping on IG. So make sure you follow us there at Go Ladies Podcast on Instagram. I've been doing a little bit on Facebook because that's where my mama is. And so she want to see what I'm doing too. So I'm dropping it over there too. So you can always check it out there. And then listen, share, subscribe to the podcast. We are iTunes, Amazon Music now, boom, 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 Spotify. So where you hear podcasts, Google Podcasts. So yeah, wherever you hear podcasts, that's where we are. Listen to us because you don't want to come into 2023 like, who are these chicks? Boom, you want to know us because it's fun over here.
Exactly.
And today was a serious day, more so, but
it was neat.
Yeah.
Very good.
We kind of wax and wane. So
and most importantly, thank you for listening.
Yes. You could have chose to worship anywhere, like church say. You could have chose to be anywhere, but you chose to listen to us. So thank you.
I'm done. Yep.
What?
Good.
What?
That was good.
Oh, I got my glasses on, so I can't see. Something like this. What?
Love y'all. We'll see you next episode.
Bye, guys.
Right.